believe, yeah, I'm online. Hello everyone. Welcome to the newest episode of the Crypto Bull, the 29th episode. In today's episode, I will do a technical analysis, a fundamental analysis of the cryptocurrency project called DigiByte. How do I do so? Well, for those following me know what kind of parameters I will be following. However, those new and watching for the very first time, little breakdown. So I'm going to look up the social media, various websites, trying to find out if there's a white paper available, trying to find out about the consensus protocol used, etc., reflect it on the current use case of the project itself, and come to a conclusion. Naturally, I'll also be taking a look at its current market value and its entire historical run, sometimes trying to make a prediction where it will end up and how it will evolve future wise. Though my focus is less on will it moon and more on will it perform nicely future wise. So without further ado, let us begin. Like I said, it's going to be DigiByte. I mainly use the website CoinGecko. Naturally, CoinMarketCap is also a viable option. DigiByte ranked number 97 based on total market cap. What do I see here? Well, it's a little bit in a downtrend, both levels, but not surprising. The entire market is moving that way. Refresh it. There we go. So back to DigiByte. What else do we see here as important kind of information? Let's see market cap here, 24-hour trading volume, 40 million. Total supply, 21 billion coins. Circulating supply, 14 billion. So about 1/3 approximately has been mined, is in circulation. What do I see here? There's one dedicated website, digibyte.org. We will be exploring that site into detail. Explorers, I see DG Explorers, Cryptoid, Alt Explorer, DG Block Explorer, and Token View. Oh, right, sorry, something happening outside. Anyway, DG Explorer, Cryptoid, Alt Explorer, DigiByte Explorer, and Token View. These imply they have their own blockchain, so it's a unique cryptocurrency project not being built, so it's probably going to be a coin, not a token. Wallets that can be used, Ledger and Trezor, like most. Community, Reddit, Twitter, Facebook, Telegram, another Telegram channel, DGBWiki.com, so they have their own Wikipedia web page, and blockchaintalk.org, that's a forum that I know of. Sometimes it's being mentioned here with website. Source code available on GitHub. Tags, now I'm interested, show all. Connected to privacy coins, smart contract platform, Internet of Things, cryptocurrency, artificial intelligence. From that, I'm going to make a first estimation what it will be about. Smart contract platform akin to Polkadot Ethereum, so you can build decentralized applications. Second tag, Internet of Things, actually refers once again to smart contract platform, meaning it has to do with the development of a Web 3.0, approximately. It's a cryptocurrency, naturally. Artificial intelligence, so I'm going to assume trading bots and privacy coins. Well, that implies there's a mechanism for more privacy when trading. So probably a combination of something like Ethereum Polkadot with something like Monero, I'm going to assume. We'll find out more what it is specifically about, but first I'm going to take a look at the current price and market value. So this is a 24-hour trading volume, heavily going down, not surprising. Currently, the entire market is doing so. Like I said, I'm more interested in its entire historical run. And what do I see here? Started February 6th, 2014, so more than 7 years ago. Into a low cap coin. Starting 2017, 2018, the first bull run started peaking towards 10 cents. Crashed down a little bit, seems to be following a bit market trend here, though not mistaking these two is on its own volatility. started running back up with the current bull run somewhere October, if I'm assuming here. April, May, recovery, August. Okay, so it gained traction here for some reason. That's a little bit in defiance of the entire crypto market, but that's a good sign. It means it has a month of its own. Um, November, October, technically here started a bull run, so it peaked at slightly before the main bull. No, around the same time of Bitcoin reaching its all-time high. Crashed down tremendously with more than 50%, and now is back up on the incline. What does this tell me? Well, it shows, well, in the long term, it seems to be bullish. It is in an uptick, but seems to rely heavily on all-time highs and how the market is moving. This, well, I'm going to say for mid-term traders and not for long-term holders, that can actually be a very interesting given. You can make money off the project by investing timely into it. Currently, I dare say, if you look at the max cap, best time was somewhere in July when prices were low for the entire market. Currently, it's in a bull run despite it coloring red, so I wouldn't invest immediately in it. Chances are missed. You'll have to write this one out. I'm assuming we're going to have a movement on DigiByte like in 2018, so you had a crash. This is the first peak, so there will probably be opportunity to buy in before reaching, much down is it? June 19th. Yeah, just say a month time and we'll probably have a second peak here. That's an estimation, don't take it for granted, but probably it will have another crash, creating some buying opportunity, long-term hold, before you can make some money once again. Based on this chart, well, the general trend is, if I'm not mistaken here, generally upward. There's some high volatility going on, so it might be interesting to invest in it if you are a trader. So for trading, this one's good. For long-term holding, you might make a profit, but you will need to time your investments and sales correctly. Naturally, for long-term holding, I prefer to do a complete entire technical and fundamental analysis. I prefer to invest in coins and tokens which have a decent, strong use case. So the following bit of information here is of importance to me. Those interested can zoom in a little bit. You guys can do the same, but as you can see, first up, going down a little, it's more clear if we are zooming out. You can see there's quite some volatility here, especially on the low cap coins, low value coins. Such movements are actually quite interesting for day traders. Just giving it out here for you guys. Yeah, exchanges for those who are interested after seeing the value. BitX Live seems to be the highest, the exchange with the highest trades. Couldn't find my words there. Also available on Binance, Bitcoin.com exchange, and Hits BTC. BitX Live probably is the better choice. Going for trading volume, circulating supply of 15 billion DGB coins and a total supply of 21 billion. Dare I say it? Yeah, it has limited market cap, so it implies rarity and scarcity on the long term. It's quite a tremendous amount of coins, but considering its run and seeing how much has already been mined or made available, future-wise, it will keep on increasing in value. So it might be a good time to step in and hold for the forthcoming years. Based on that premise alone, in the end of this live stream, I will say if it's worthwhile or if you should get in, etc., etc. Anyway, what is DigiByte? DigiByte is more than a faster digital currency. It is an innovative blockchain that can be used for digital assets, smart contracts, decentralized applications, and secure authentication. Meaning, loosely translating here, connected towards DeFi, decentralized finance, connected to NFTs. That's how currently we need to interpret digital assets. Smart contracts implies it's a development platform. So it's covering a multitude of bases here. Let's continue. What makes DigiByte stronger than others? Rapidly growing open source blockchain created in late 2013, released early 14. 6 years of forward development thinking has become one of the longest and most decentralized DuxO blockchains in existence. This is marketing talk. So yeah, if I say marketing talk during these videos, do imply that I mean that the developers or the writers of these texts are self-aggrandizing the project. That it isn't necessarily true. By reason, well, there exist thousands and thousands of coins making the same claims. Everything depends on how you compare to which coin. So, is it faster? Is it safer? Is it longer? We do not know. Depends on which project. Though I wouldn't be surprised if it's being compared to Bitcoin. Anyway, truly decentralized. That'd be through an ICO or a significant amount of pre-mined coins. That's actually a very positive factor. With that, I'm going to say positive factor tax-wise. By reason, anything which has an ICO or initial coin offering or has pre-mined coins for distribution can be seen as a security by the SEC in the US, means it can become a taxable event. So saying they haven't been funded through an ECO or there's no pre-mined coins made for distribution ticks it off the list from the SEC, well, to be seen as a security and to be taxed more heavily. So I also say there's no CEO or company controlling the DigiByte blockchain. Can be a marketing claim. I will look further into it as soon as I start analyzing the website and getting deeper into the project. Volunteer-based and global community-driven project. I would love to take it at face value, but I've seen enough scams making the same claims, but after some light digging have proven otherwise. So would be great if I can confirm that one. More secure, 5 cryptographic algorithms and real-time difficulty adjustment to prevent malicious mining, centralization, and hash power fluctuation. This Oracle crypto changes itself every 10 days for ASIC resistance. Greatest thing that I take off here is ASIC resistance. ASIC resistance implies there's less likelihood to become centralized. By reason, well, ASIC miners are dedicated miners. A big enough investment can have companies such as NiceHash dedicating all their ASIC miners and mining power on the project, taking over the blockchain and having a 51 and being able to perform a 51% attack. So that's the big plus for being ASIC resistance. Ravencoin is the same thing. It's one of those aspects why I highly praise Ravencoin. Another thing I'm getting out of here, which actually is a bit of a red flag to me, is the use of 5 cryptographic algorithms. The more complex you make a project, the more likely technical faults can occur, and that actually the blockchain can become compromised. The more complex something becomes, the more entry points there are available for hackers and frauds to get into it and, well, break the technology. However, everything really depends on the sturdity of the developers, how the code has been made. So we will look into that. Hopefully I can give some decent confirmation, though this is the first red flag I dare to underline here. Though wouldn't be surprised if this is related to the ASIC resistance, that the encryption algorithms actually changes every 10 days for having the ASIC resistance. Wouldn't be surprised in that case, it's a plus. But as I said, generally the more complicated you make a consensus protocol or the code, the more likely there are technical faults that can occur, making it less stable. Anyway, let's continue. Much faster. Okay, every 15 seconds, which is 40 times faster than Bitcoin and 10 times faster than Litecoin. Okay, that's a claim, well-founded one. By reason, well, your transaction speeds are reliant on the speed whereby blocks are being mined. Bitcoin is every 10 minutes. Naturally, another case which speeds up transaction speeds and makes your blockchain much faster has to do with block size. Now, is this a result of bigger blocks in combination with a shorter mining time, or is it merely, well, shorter mining time? I do not know. What is written here? Early SegWit implementation and blockchain DGB enable up to 1,066 on-chain transactions with negligible fees. So I'm going to assume they implemented a second layer solution, so it's already complex project. Nonetheless, SegWit is actually quite positive for even speeding up more the transaction speed. So it's a good choice. So it underlines they have some decent knowledge on how to speed up transaction speeds. For thinking, it's also part we want to build blockchain first, such as digital guard, multi-algo mining, so that makes it ASIC resistance as thought. SegWit implementation, true. AutoCrypt algorithm, don't know what it is. Dandelion++ privacy protocol, neither. DGAsset and DGID. I'm going to assume this is going to be related to a sort of know your customer basis. We'll look more into that. This is how the DigiByte blockchain works. 3 layers are the most innovative parts of the DigiByte blockchain, providing network infrastructure, security, and communication to function with cutting-edge speed. So there's 3 layers working. Like I said, the more complex something is, the more likely a technical fault can occur. It's like an app store with clear what uses can be created with DGS on top of the DigiByte. Okay, so it's DGAssets. Ethereum function, that's what it is written there. Security and administration, digital byte of data, representation of forged data or reusable value, cannot be counterfeit, duplicated, or hacked. So that's mainly talking about the main blockchain, so the main net, core protocol, global network, operating procedure, very low weight nodes on the DG block side. That's actually both here belong together and say, well, it's about the main blockchain and all the positive things are there. Anyway, open source permissionless, most blockchains tend to be, but it implies that their code is freely available for copying and modification to start your own blockchain. Good thing. Love seeing that. Implies developers are quite open. Quite a lot of text here. Absolute love this. And this seems to be marketing talk. 1% proof of work. Shitcoin, Qubit, and AutoCrypt. So, okay, manageable units. I'm going to quickly go through it. Easy authentication, simple and free. DG idea, most passionate community ever. They say they, well, this implies they are present on a variety of social media. Team with members internationally across social media. Yeah, this stands out a little bit. They say we aren't a company, but they are led by a team with members to manage teams across social media, outreach, education, writers, and developers. So there's some kind of structure behind it. And this seems to be a copy from their website. Okay, so the rest was marketing talk. Actually, for once, I've got a pretty good idea what's it about. Most other projects I've done thus far in CryptoBull weren't as clear, with a few notable exceptions. So I'm going more to focus on how the website is being built. What I take into account, and a good friend Alex Lazar has pointed these out a few times in his tweets. Go check out the guy. The speed whereby your web page loads is of importance for future customers, so I'm going to refresh it. Slower than anything else, but it looks neat, so watch out a little bit with that one. But it's okay, it's not that it's loading for 1 minute or more, so it's fast enough. Makes DigiByte stronger than others. In late 2013, released early 2014, so it's a little bit rehash of what we've read. Introduction video, you guys can visit the website, it's being shown here on screen, digibyte.org. Front page, scroll a little bit down, you can watch the video, so it will probably lay down what we already have learned. Blockchain works, to asset, public ledger, so that's the 4 steps. This is a real-time counter, nodes downloaded, blocks produced, years surpassed. That's quite a lot of nodes. They can be proud of it. That's a decent wide community. A lot of projects, some with higher market caps that I've seen, have much less nodes than this. So it underlines they are fairly decentralized. This implies, in reality, that 335,937 people have downloaded the core wallet. So it doesn't reflect on how many people are actually trading or holding DigiByte itself. This is an indication for the security and decentralization of the network. So that number is quite important and it's fairly nice, I dare say so. It's a nice number. So we have DigiByte, so you can learn here a little bit about its history. To scroll through it, you guys can pause it at any time you want. Good. Skip here. Okay. Let's look at the currency. I'm going to scroll a bit through the tabs here. Peer-to-peer, not an ICO. That's a big plus. So if you have your own blockchain project, mentioning this and having to verifiable proof, that's a positive thing. Means one less aspect that the SEC can take you on and try to implement taxes on your project. Always secure. Okay, microphone's on. 1% proof of stakes. Quick picks from DigiByte ecosystem. Bittrex, Binance, Sequoia, Abra.com. I advise people to take this one. That's exchange for on your smartphone. Coinfield, no experience with it. OKX, frequently see. KuCoin, Change Angel. A bit surprised to not seeing them on Kraken, though I believe it might be possible. DGS, that's the same thing. I'm going to visit this site just to see what it's up to. QR code, DGID, visit specification, create DG asset. It will arrive. Okay. The about. For use of digital payments is an important section and streamlined way to log into websites. Okay, so it's a way to log into websites, etc. So it's a decentralized application. This means it's related towards Web 3.0. Big fan of it. Future-wise, those things are going to become more and more important. And that's a digital broker, so it's also nice. Create a service. A combination of the latter two coming soon. It's nice. Well, they've got a multitude of things going for them. DGID. Okay, scrolls down. I only notice it now. Sorry, guys. Downloads. Let's see. Choose your app. Select an application. Learn by watching. Now, I've got one little problem here. I love seeing white papers for doing a technical analysis and seeing more in detail what it is about, but I can't seem to find it. Slightly annoying. Wiki awareness. Click on this one. Creation media sheets, logo protocol. The MIT license. The Explorer. I'm going to take on the wiki with a little bit of luck. Let's just see what I can find here. Decentralize the world. So that's the .io. This one should be mentioned on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap in reality. Making shining example. I'm not going to get all too deep into it. Become a DGB, get in touch right now. These are contact information. Safe haven solution to digital inheritance. Blah 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 blah. There we go. DigiByte has a foundation, so what we saw written, what was it? Safest, there is no CEO. This is partially wrong. There is a foundation which implies there's a company doing some kind of controlling here. And with all due respect, but this is very company-like, and chair, this means this guy, Hans Koenig, is CEO. Information needs to be adapted. Advisory board, just see. Advisor communications manager. Okay. The volunteer manager organization operates in a non-profit way. All stakeholders, okay, because of association. There goes my English. It's a Dutch project, okay. Good to know. You see, that's the problem already. We consider at least 3 months of need by the board and administrative observe and the provisional previous sentences. So there's actually a company behind it, like I said. So that information should be retracted and set under DigiByte Foundation, though it isn't entirely incorrect per se, by reason it is probably community driven, but DigiByte Foundation probably has a say in what happens and what occurs with the, not with the blockchain itself, but with the project itself. So watch out with that one. That's, yeah, I guess it's actually one lie. Also a little bit baffled here by seeing treasurer, Rutger Krijnen. By reason it's a non-profit organization, though I agree there's money probably involved, but that is a bit odd. So it ticks me off already. It's a little lie over there, so don't take it at face value. That's the reason why we frequently say do your own research. Such things become quite obvious and have to be taken with a grain of salt here. DigiByte wiki, I'm going to continue here because there wasn't really anything that I saw, so I'm going to return here. That's for opinion articles of association, so that's for association, press releases. Let's hope, because I was looking to 19, 20, 2020, nothing in 2021. No releases here, okay. FAQ, frequently asked questions. Oh, the wanted managed organization operates in non-profit way. Narration of payments. Yeah, you see devils in the detail. Or intentionally unpaid trail dev aspect like accountability for someone understanding controls is seen as essential. When DigiByte grinding on no more or less part of the DigiByte community than anyone else. Foundation is by no means a centralized extension of DigiByte. On the contrary, that would go against the thing we all wholeheartedly believe in. So trust is implied, but like I said, devils in the details. They are not being paid, so yeah, it's a legal way of saying if anything goes wrong with the decisions being made from the foundation itself, we are not to be held accountable because our opinion we equate to being to the rest of the community. That was in the detail. I call out bullshit on that one. That's a big red flag. And people may disagree with me here, but that's something a no-go to me. If it's really not centralized, and there's really no company or organization behind it. It should be like Bitcoin. Bitcoin, there truly is no organization behind it. There's only developers, communities, and people who make use of it. There's no Bitcoin Foundation that truly exists. Splinter groups may exist, but they have no more say than anything else. This one here say, yeah, but we try to steer the community, but in reality we are us equal. It's bullshit. Don't trust it. So that's a lie. Anyway, let's continue. Here we go. Development white paper. I had to search a little bit. By Jared Tate. The info paper. So I love seeing white papers here. I had to search a little bit with some difficulty, but in the end, managed to find it. This is important information here. Maximum supply 21 billion. Block reward reduction 1% reduction monthly, and they are to be fully mined by 2035. That's actually quite close when compared to other blockchains. I'd say, considering its value, I'm going to recheck it here. Max value, as you can see, at average the price is increasing. In reality, I believe here was its true price when not following market trends. So at about the 4 cents level approximately. So I'm going to imply it will keep on growing future wise. Info paper. And to be fully mined by 2035, that's in about 14 years. So this one, even for long-term holders, will exploit more tremendously than other projects. Percent per algo contested each block. Okay, difficulty, retarget every block, 5 separate difficulties per algorithm, block time 15 seconds per block. Related weakness, so that's SegWit. Yes, it's available. Decentralized, pure consensus. Into the Byzantine generals problem, okay. Permissionless network, on-chain scaling, but support network participation, critical upgrades, DG shield. Let's add a SHA or mining pillars which doesn't profit switch known as multiples, where you're going to switch back and forth between cryptos that they mined. That's true. And these multiples have their hashing power changed to a variety of blockchains, such as from DigiByte to Dogecoin to Litecoin. Exponential increase in mining, okay. So yeah, it's basically to have stable increasing hash rate here, that and that's about the DG shield. So I know now what it is about. Multi-algo makes it ASIC resistant. Lack of single algorithm 51% attacks, and the multi-shield is a direct result of it. DG speed, very fast timing in the blockchain network. So they make the necessary referrals here. All crypt is related to solve everything to prevent ASIC dominance, so the crypt is related to the rest. So the info paper is actually quite interesting. Considering the time frame I'm working in here, I'm not going to read everything into detail, though those are the things we already know and explored when still on the page of CoinGecko. Read it at your own leisure. I always advise people, it's only 18 pages long, to read the white paper if possible. The only thing I'm a little bit sad about is, well, an info paper is nice, but the white paper itself gets more into technical detail, so you can do a decent, proper technical analysis, which seems to be lacking a little bit here. Contribute today, so the wiki is quite extensive. I dare say explore at your own leisure. DigiByte related website, so there's a lot of here. So a lot of information on the wiki. Love seeing there's a special dedicated Wikipedia for it. Great move, guys, but as said, some things need to be taken with a grain of salt and need to be backed up and more verified into detail. and I refer for that towards the DigiByte Foundation, whereas there was a claim, yeah, but there's no CEO or company behind it. As proven by Foundation itself, there is, despite the legal articles that we've mentioned here on site, which says, yeah, but in reality we are like community members, say blah 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 blah. It implies it's bullshit. That means the no CEO or no foundation or company behind it is debunked. Period. Couldn't stand in a court of law anyway. So GitHub, yeah, this was actually for verifying if there's a white paper. This one too. So I'm going to close it. Media kit. That's a media sheet. Okay, something quite recent. Yeah, little rundown on how it works. The integration guide. So that's how you should work and how it functions if you want to integrate on the thing itself. That's more for the developers. With that, I'm going to close it. There we go. And let's explore social media. As you know, communities are very important where it concerns analyzing a project. I'm going to refresh it to see how it evolved. That one seems to be a little bit on the upside once again. And community support is everything for a blockchain project. Dare say I'm expecting actually quite some interaction here. There's a DGB wiki, we already had that one. Quite some interaction here by reason I saw the amount of nodes. However, social media is also a very strong, how to say, pointer to see how viable a project is. By reason, well, you need investors, you need people who occupy, well, are busy trading and working with DigiByte, but do not necessarily have nodes implemented, though the amount of nodes is actually positive for security of the network. But you might have a big amount of people who have downloaded the core wallet or are running nodes. Doesn't imply they are actively busy with it. Might be the case some mining service actually set up a node for DigiByte, which pushes up the value. In reality, there's, well, no interaction with community. That's why especially I'm going to highlight here the social media forums to see how active they are. So from the get-go, mining DGB 9 hours ago, that's a great sign. Alright, game, so that's someone who is interested in mining, that's promoted, don't interest me. Plan with DigiByte, like there's only things to get excited about at the moment, so it seems a little bit slow here. 14 hours, 17 hours. 19 donations, if you want your name in the books and at least 50 and proof of transaction. Okay. NFTs, okay. Donations. Smart contracts, yeah, that's smart contracts, am I wrong? Okay. Donation for marketing. A lot of donations going on here. It seems there's a willful attempt to keep pushing it a little bit. DGB versus Cardano. How does it compare? DigiByte mining. There's a DigiByte faucet, apparently. That's from 3 days ago. DigiByte versus DigiByte investor. So there's some activity. Many people asking the questions here. What takes me off a little bit is a little bit the lack of memes. Memes generally on such platforms, especially more established ones like DigiByte, should be present. With that said, okay, here's the first one 5 days ago. Clear tweets and video message from Digi. So this underlines problems already with the team where it concerns communication. T-shirt, poems. Okay, sounds fun. Reddit is okay-ish. There's some movement going on. Let's compare to Twitter. DigiByte, more secure. Okay, 224,000 followers. Just check out with one of their own tweets, like 16 hours ago. There's a lot of likes, but I'm going to assume there are a lot of bots or false accounts following this one. 15 hours ago, only 96 likes. That's not all too much. So I dare assume this one is going to be boosted, or that people passively follow it, but barely do any interaction, that they lost a little bit of interest due to lack of news, as seen on the Reddit page, where people were actually complaining, yeah, not much news is forthcoming here. Anyway, what I do notice, DigiByte, Travala.com, so they do retweets of other platforms. DigiByte coins, so there's some support. Not sure this interest cryptocurrency works. This account is a very good one. So there's some crowd interaction with the people. Okay, two on BMO, someone else. You see, that's why I'm always a little bit wary. They have that amount of followers. They retweet someone with 2,500 followers. They have more likes on their tweets with a fewer follower accounts, which means something is off with the account. So, like I said, probably inflated in numbers. There's a variety of bots present following them, or that a lot of followers have become passive due to lack of new news, I dare say. It's always the same repetitive news being shared. So might need some PR management stints, some additional marketing, or something new, really. But there's some activity. Twitter can be worthwhile to follow. Facebook page. Facebook page. Oh yeah, I have a Facebook page. Sorry. Yeah, it's present here. Is very legit. Yeah, right. May update. Last update dates from May. We are August, so damn. Seems to have fallen silent since May. Not a very good sign. Telegram desktop. Let's just see. 1240. Not try the mining chat. So there exist various chats here. Telegram is active-ish, not all too much details here. Let's see at the pinned messages. Let's close this one down. I believe there was a second one I didn't click on. That's a contact. Okay, that's the official support. It's even more silent, but they have a Telegram official support. For such things, I dare say open a Discord channel and try to move your people over there. Discord enables you to have a better overview. If one of the developers or one of the foundation members is looking, that's a hot tip I'm giving here. So with that, I'm going to start concluding. Start sharing my screen here. So where it concerns DigiByte, conclusions. Well, future-wise, as I've seen here during the fundamental technical analysis, the last block is to be mined in 2035. So this is actually a project for the long term, which will explode in value on the not so short term. By reason there's already 15 billion coins in circulation, and the 21th billion coin is expected to be mined for 2035. So this one's actually has some good potential for growth. However, where it concerns the fundamental analysis, concerns protocol proof of work, I'm a big fan of proof of work. I know proof of work is slightly being disliked by a majority of investors or noobs, especially in the current bull run, by reason it's not ecologically friendly. I dare say that's BS. Moving on from that one, so I'm a big fan of proof of work, so it makes it more solid. Solid point, it has its own blockchain. Very good point. Very positive point, which makes it, to me, more trustworthy. It is actually quite complex of a project. However, it is being sustained by quite a lot of nodes, so it implies there's some decent community effort going on. It is quite secure. That's a very positive aspect here, which makes it more investor wise to, well, investing wise. Um, I'm losing my words here. That one didn't came out correctly. It makes it more interesting investing wise. That were the words I was looking for. By reason, well, the fundamentals and technicalities are good, secure. They make use of 5 different encryption algorithms. SHA-5, 256 have I seen, and for others I've forgotten about them. Took away from it 5 algorithms for encryption security. From that on, they built, well, a security to make it ASIC resistance. It is, dare I say, a little bit of overkill. Actually, 2 different encryption methods are sufficient enough to make your blockchain ASIC resistance. 5 is a little bit of overkill. It is innovating. Yes, that's true. It makes it more resistant in comparison to others. However, it is overkill. If you actually use 2 different consensus protocols, 2 different algorithms, you are already ASIC resistant without having to do, well, too much effort for mining. Also, the 5 different algorithms for GPU mining in this case makes it actually much more complicated, well, to set up. By reason, well, your GPUs will have to be very dedicated and will make mining tiresome. It will reflect on the energy consumption of the miners itself, mainly for, well, keeping them cool and having to switch each time in hash rate, as each encryption method implies, well, a different algorithm needing to be run, which further implies that energy consumption will be heightened more. So that's a bit of a bad move. So it's, how to say, innovative of having done so, but it is overkill. Things can be much more streamlined and be made better. However, things are as they are now, but it's actually a little bit of a negative point, despite that you can highlight, yeah, but it's more secure. Yes, but there are other negative factors which will implement it, making it actually less interesting to mine. Plain and simple as that one. There's also a little lie we uncovered during the fundamental analysis here, mainly the claim that they do not have a CEO or company. It's being widely pronounced everywhere. However, a little digging deeper indicated there actually is a company, not so much a company, but a non-profit organization, a foundation behind it, which actually covers their, to put it bluntly, to cover their asses with the necessary article saying, yeah, but we are like the community members, but we are a non-profit, voluntary agency, foundation behind the project itself. With all due respect, despite all articles, etc., that's only legal BS bullshit being pulled there. The moment there's a foundation behind it, it implies there's a CEO and there's a company behind it. They might not be titled CEO, they might not be titled company, but it implies there's a centralized, well, group of people with interests in the project, which implies, well, you can guess it, that there is, well, a certain hierarchical structure present. It's a little bit of a lie that was actually a big red flag, and I mentioned in the beginning of this video, that's something I'm going to verify by reason a lot of scam projects. And I dare say this for once is a legitimate project. Damn, couldn't come out of my words here. A legitimate project which made the claim but has been disproven. So I didn't say it out loud in the video when I was reading through their about. I wanted to say I'm a bit surprised concerning their market cap. They are, well, lower ranked, because I saw they were ranked number 97 concerning market cap. However, when I uncovered these things, I started to understand actually why they were ranked that low. They are in top 100, yes, but to me, they should probably have been in the top 50. However, with the claim for the foundation, despite saying, yeah, but there's no hierarchical structure here, we are all volunteers here, that's a lie. So I comprehend why they are ranked lower. There is naturally the 5 algorithms for mining, like I just said a few minutes ago. That's actually a negative aspect. They are also quite volatile in value, considering the bull runs. What you've seen on screen when I was doing a little technical analysis, short one, abbreviated one, concerning the value of DIGIBYTE, you could notice they were quite volatile. By reason, well, their average value is quite low, but during a bull run, they rise tremendously. They start to moon, which implies something is a little bit off. It makes it interesting for day traders. It makes it interesting for trading, but not really for development. Also, they say they are a little bit of a smart contract platform, something with artificial intelligence, etc., etc. A few applications have been built, but what I didn't mention, but I did notice was, well, applications being built on it were lacking. So that's also a little bit of a red flag. Well, to sum everything up, I dare say it's a valid project. Investing wise, for trading solely, I'd say it's a good project. If you are an active trader, invest in it. Now currently isn't the best of times, so you will have to wait until the bull run is slightly over or we are back in a correcting market. Buy in, as I'm pretty sure if Bitcoin, Ethereum starts to moon again, this one will follow soon and big gains can be made. So on that account, I dare say it's investment worthy. For my trading strategy, for my liking, I'm not going to invest in it by reason, well, there were a few flaws which bug me a little bit too much. Also, I'm not interested in holding, well, coins for a project like this one, where I have to keep the markets in constant, I have to monitor the markets constantly to see how it's performing, when to buy, etc. If I want to buy something, I want it to be something reliant like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, etc., where I know well, there aren't as big fluctuations on the long term. So with that said, well, project is investment worthy if you are a trader. Otherwise, I'd stay more or less clear of it. So yeah, this was Dimitri from Greater Interests. Hope you guys liked the videos. To help support my channel and all future live streams, below a few links. You can help me out by buying my courses. And for questions, you can reach out to me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, in the comment section down below. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and up until